We're on a whole new escapade today. Going to the junkyard. Supposedly, they have a 96 Ford Explorer there with an 8.8. I plan on going to pull that. Now, however, it is a junkyard. It is a pull apart. If it's already disassembled and all that, it's not put together and all that nonsense, then I'm not gonna get it, or if it's even there. But if I'm gonna spend that amount, it's about the same as an engine, so I might go ahead and get an engine if the rear end doesn't work out. So that's gonna be our adventure today. I'm about to load everything up and head on over there. Well, here I am. Look what's gone. Of course. Fuck. I wasn't really planning on getting a motor today, but may as well. So let's go try to get that done. Find one. It's hot as fuck. But there it is. I got a Gen 4 5.3. I'm waiting on the people to come help me pull it out. And then we'll get her loaded up and take it home. It's about to rain, as you can see. But I got it down to pretty much just the motor mounts. And the intake's like 40 bucks, and then the heads are like another 40 bucks. So altogether I'm paying like 280 or something like that. I think that's a pretty good deal. I'll probably end up just selling the intake. But yeah, so I think the next clip will be me strapping it down. Catch y'all then. Yeah, so I thought after I said that, I got them out there, and the way I wanted to do it the first try, I couldn't. I didn't have enough taken off yet. I wanted to take the manifolds off and take the bolts out of the engine on the engine mount side from the engine, if that makes sense. Not the main pin, but like yeah. So the dude had the forklift over there, and I guess I wasn't ready yet, as I thought. So he left. I got the rest of the shit out, and I brought it down to 2 bolts, 1 bolt on each side in the engine side of the engine mounts. Well, pull apart's system is fucking stupid. So there's where they park the forklifts at, their scales for the scrap trucks, and then the yard. There was a truck loading scrap on the scale, and they have to drive across that to get to the yard. Well, there was a truck there. I had to wait like 2 hours, and I had gone up there 3 times. They didn't tell me until the last time what the problem was. So finally get somebody out there. I got a seat belt because, you know, they don't have a system. They don't have the equipment to pull an engine for whatever reason. I do not know. You're a salvage yard. You should. I mean, I always thought the seatbelt thing was cool if you're in a pinch, you know, whatever. Not, you know, to do the shit on a daily. But, we tried to pick it up a couple times. I had one in the head on the front and then diagonal that on the back. It was, I guess, frozen on there, rusted on there, whatever. Well, it was kind of like it was stuck there because it's been there since factory, you know, all that shit. Well, I kept tearing the seat belt, and then once he did break it loose, I was trying to keep the manifold, the intake manifold. Well, as he broke it loose, he didn't want to come up with it and then out. He just wanted to go out, 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 just trying to do it his own way. Well, with him doing that, one of the little studs that the rubber thing goes on for the engine cover caught the cowl of the truck and broke off, causing a big hole in the intake, which I mean, I was either going to use it or just sell it. Whatever, it made it cheaper on me. I didn't have to buy that. That's fine. Well, I took the intake off because I didn't need it anymore, and it was going to make a little bit more clearance for us to do something. Well, as I took it off, the sun's beaming down on me. Like I almost overheated twice today. I'm sure I did overheat, but I mean, I was weak as fuck. So I told this dude, once I get the intake off, I'm going up there, get water, up to the front. And so that's what I did. I went up to the front to get water, and I come back. This dude has tied the seat belts to the crank pulley on the front to pull this motor out. And not only has he just did this, but he did this and stuck the motor straight up in the engine bay and got it stuck somehow. He's like, it's just trying to fall out the bottom now. I'm like, man, I really didn't, I didn't want to do this. I spent a total of like 5.5, 6 hours trying to do this shit. And once I saw the engine sticking straight up and seat belts tied to the crank pulley, I said, you know what, man? It's fine. I'm just going to go home. I'm about to die. I'm talking about like, I don't know how close it was, but I was hurting really bad. My head was killing me. My stomach felt sick, and I was so hot that I started to feel like I had like a raised fever, I guess. Still kind of do, but I mean, that's it. I went and I just went home, loaded my shit up, went home. And now the goal is so I was going to spend about $300 with the intake and the heads and everything on the block. I'm going to try to find one on Marketplace for around that price. See if I can't work somebody down to $300 or something like that. Because I'm not doing that again for a while. And at one point it was about to rain, and I was hoping it was. And I don't usually, nobody wants that whenever they're outside. But, yeah. And I just had to have it my way, I guess. I saw this one that still had the radiator support, fenders, bumper, grill, hood, all that shit on there. And it was cleaner. But three vehicles down, there was a truck with a 4th gen in it. It didn't have the whole front end on it at all. But the front timing cover was caked in oil. And that made, now that I look at it, no difference. Because I'm going to tear it down and clean it. And put new gaskets and all that shit on there. Kind of dumb on my part, ain't gonna lie. And it had its cons too. There was a transmission still bolted to that one. The first one, I didn't have a transmission. That's why I picked, that was the main reason why I picked it, because I didn't have to fucking know transmission shit. Undoing the bell housing bolts, pulling the starter, pulling the torque converter bolts, pulling the, that's really it. Yeah, but still, it sounds like just it on paper, but once you get down there and try to do it, that's it. So that's what happened today. We did not end up getting an engine for the S10. I have to go get a piece of hose for this tomorrow. a 1/4-inch piece of hose about 1 foot long for the steam port. We are going to try to bleed this car out again. And I have two more things. I'm going to pull the fog lights out and try to make some type of ducting out of some type of material that's weatherproof. Some type of flexible plastic or something like that. So I'm going to try to do something with that. And also try to start building the right exhaust for it. I think I just want to build the headers for it, or not build the headers, but put the headers in it, get them adjusted right, get them cleared right, so they're not hitting the steering shaft or anything else under there, and then bring it to a shop and let them run, I don't know, like an X pipe or something underneath it with some turn downs. Because I'm getting tired of trying to fix this thing. I got this far, and the only problem I'm having is an overheating problem, and it overheats every time. And it'll sit there. It'll drive around for a little bit, doing like, it'll sit at like 198. It'll sit at like 198 for the longest time. And then out of nowhere, it just starts shooting up. And I think the solution to that is air ducting into the engine bay and getting the main heat source out of the engine bay, which is the exhaust. And the front, I mean, the bumper exit thing, that's cool. And it looks cool, but if I can drive this car around town and not have it overheat, that'd be way cooler. So, and this thing gets easier and easier to put in my mind, I'm gonna sell that. It used to be like, whatever. Nah, I'm getting ready to, down the road, sell it. So, yeah, that's pretty much what happened today. Yeah, so in this next clip, hopefully we'll have either a rear end or an engine or maybe a chassis harness. Who the fuck knows? I'm so scatterbrained with this shit. But anyways, yeah, I'll see you in the next one.